how to make money in sports cards. Here's how we went from starting a brand new business 12 months ago to building that into a 6-figure income, okay? So this is a higher level training. This is every principle that we've followed now to get to this point. So please learn from my mistakes, learn from what we learned to avoid them, and hopefully you can achieve the same level of success a lot faster than we did. The most common question we get is, did you pull all those cards? And the answer is no. So joining breaks and buying wax, in my opinion, is like purchasing a lottery ticket and attempting to become wealthy. Statistically, it's a terrible decision, right? That the numbers don't support that being viable or a great way for you to achieve what you want, that there's better ways to use your money to build wealth. The same is true with cards. So we purchase individual cards. We do not, for our business, we do not use wax or breaks to build our business in any capacity. The next most common question we get is, who should I buy and when should I buy them? So there's two parts to this. Is you should buy players in their off season, okay? So active players, buy them when they're on sale, buy in the off season. So when NFL's in full swing, that is the worst time to buy NFL. You should be buying other players. So I buy the NFL in the off season. That's when cards are on sale. I buy the NBA players in the off season. That's when cards are on sale. So target players when they're on sale, and that's in the off season. The worst time to buy a guy is in season. NFL, you have injuries, you have disciplinary things, you have performance stuff. There's so many things working against you that's just not worth the risk. Now, the caveat to that is legends or Hall of Famers. You can purchase those guys in season. If they're retired and they've already solidified their career with it, those guys are safe. So you got the Bradys, the Jordans, the Kobes. You have certain players that it is okay to buy anytime that these rules don't apply to because they are already Hall of Famers and they've solidified their status. But for all active players that aren't on that level, stay away from them in season. Should you buy raw cards or should you buy graded? In my experience, buying clean raw cards and grading them provides the highest return. So if you want to build a business that you can make the most money possible or have the highest return on the money you are spending, purchasing clean raw cards, getting good at identifying clean raw cards and grading them will provide you the opportunity to make the most money. Now, it's also the most challenging. There's a reason you can make the most money with that is because it takes the most skill and knowledge to learn that. But I'm telling you, if you're gonna invest any time and energy into something in this business, it's get great at identifying clean raw cards, grading them, because they'll provide the highest return. For instance, I buy a card for $1,000 raw, right? If I get a PSA 10 on that card, it doubles its value. So just by getting good at this, you essentially have a way that you can double the value of every card that you purchase. Let's dive deeper into what I buy specifically. So starting out, we were buying non-numbered cards, and all that means is more generic stuff, right? That there's not a number on it, that they can produce hundreds if not thousands of it. The problem with that is we would buy a card today and then all of a sudden 3 new comps would pop out on that card by the time we received that card or by the time we were ready to sell it, and it was just way too volatile. So what I recommend is buying numbered stuff. The less comps, the better for buying and selling cards and the volatility. So we target rare stuff. If you can find a 1-of-1, that's fantastic because there aren't any other comps on it, right? So if you find the right buyer, the right person that has to have it, you can get them to pay, a high price because they can't go buy that somewhere else. It's not like that card exists somewhere to get it. If they want that card, you have more leverage. So the fewer comps there are, the better, and that's why you'll see me buying exclusively numbered cards. The final question I want to cover is, who can you sell to, right? Where do you find buyers? I would just search and seek out people who are buying, whether on Instagram, whether on Facebook. Find out what they're buying and what percent they're willing to pay on those cards. And then I would work backwards and go to find those cards cheaper than what they're asking. So sometimes you'll find people paying 90, 95% on downtowns, okay? So if I know I can find a buyer and I build a relationship with those people that are paying 90 or 95% on those cards, then I can go and market and try to find those cards cheaper knowing I already have a buyer in mind. So that's the way I would work that. There's also people like myself that pay referral fees. So on golds, on numbered, 101s, all different types, I will pay referral fees for those cards. So it's a way that you can actually make money just referring stuff to people, and then you never actually have the risk of buying and selling a card.